Okay, listen. See, when it comes to the tracing part of the program, you can just note down this. So for the box class, so you note down this for the box class. So this indicates no memory is allocated. So just we have the class with these data members, that is variables without memory. So if we don't have any memory, then we cannot assign any value. Okay. So this much you copy this for the box class. Later we will see about the object. So just box class with data width, height, and depth data members. So roughly you draw it. It's not just for your understanding purpose. That's all. Okay, finished.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when we now we'll come back to program. So in the program, so once you come across this line, box my box equals to new box. See, there is a difference between C++ object declaration and Java object declaration. That is, see, in Java we have box my box equal to new box, but in C++ the same thing is box my box. That's all. So this is the object declaration in C++. So by this statement only we will get a memory. But in case of Java, compulsory we have to use the keyword new. So that is the difference between C++ object creation and Java object creation. In C++, by this statement only we can say memory is allocated. So we are getting the memory. But in Java we have to use compulsory new keyword. Okay. So then coming to the Java itself. So after this line is executed, so what I can say is okay. You look here. So memory is allocated when the object my box is created. So understood, right? So this statement. So when this statement is executed, so how we can understand the memory representation is this one. Okay. So here my box is an object, box is a class. So my box now can access the data width, height, and depth. That means by using the my box object, we can store the values for width, height, and depth. So unless and until we create an object, we cannot store the values for width, height, and depth. So now we have created an object called as my box. See here, box is a class, my box is an object. So once my box object is created, you can give the values for width, height, and depth. Okay. So now how to give the values? See in the program it is present. See look here, assign values to my boxes instance variables. So it is called as instance variable. Width, height, and depth are called as instance variable. Okay. So my box dot width equals to 10, my box dot height equals to 20, my box dot depth equals to 15. Here at this point we are storing the value. And here you observe, see the variable width, the variable height, and the variable depth are present in the class. So that you have to notice. Those are not present outside. Those are not free from class. Those are present within the class. So in order to access these variables, in order to make use of these variables, so we have to create an object. So this is the thing. When some things are present inside the class, if we want to make use of those things, then we have to create an object. So we have created the object called as my box. Okay. By using that object, we can access these variables. So my box dot is an operator. Okay, here my box is an object, dot is an operator, width is a data member. So you can call it as a data member. So my box is an object, dot is an operator, width is a data member, and here 10 is a value. So in this way we can assign the value. Then my box dot height equals to 20. So we are giving value 20 for the height, and my box dot depth equals to 15. Here we are giving value 15 for so depth. So in the diagram, if you look into that here, so second column is there, right? In the table, in the diagram, in the second column, you can consider second column is the space to store the value. So for width, 10 will come, for height 15 will come, for depth 20 will come. So this memory representation also you can note down. Okay, so you just note down this memory representation. So you say memory is allocated when the object mybox is created. So this will be the memory representation. Finish writing?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Hmm. This one also you can write it. Say here with values I have given. There only you can put the values. You have drawn the box already. My box, box class, width, height, and depth. I think second column you have left space. There you can give the values 10, 20, and 15. So memory is allocated and the values are assigned to the variables width, height, and depth when the object my box of box is created. So just give the values there 10, 20, and 15. You just understand here, second column indicates space to store the values. See, in this way only it will be not there in the computer memory. Just for our understanding, I am giving the diagrams. That's all. Just to understand how we can store the values. So write this sentence: memory is allocated and the values are assigned to the variables width, height, and depth when the object my box of box class is created. So draw this diagram. Finish writing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I hope you have got all these diagrams. Okay, so one is this one, box class without memory, so memory will not be allocated. Next one is, so I think, so this one where memory is allocated. So you just understand the second column indicates space, memory, so where we can store the values. So next, when we assign the values, so this one, okay. So 10 will be stored in width variable of my box, 20 will be stored in height variable of my box, 15 will be stored in depth variable of my box. So in the program, it is very clear. My box dot width equals to 10, my box dot height equals to 20, my box dot depth equals to 15. Next, coming to the, just they have calculated the volume. Volume is nothing but just we have to multiply product of all these. So volume equals to my box dot width into my box dot height into my box dot depth. So 10 into 20 into 15 it will calculate. So final the value will be 3000.0 because the data type of volume is double. So it will come in floating point value 3000.0. So any doubts in this program? You can copy the output also. So output volume is 3000 within the box, right? Output. Finished written the output.
Yes, sir.
So any doubts in this program, because this program is basic for all the class and objects program. So very much basic it is. So any doubts in this program?
No, sir.
Okay. So have understood? Should I explain once again or shall we proceed further?
We'll proceed further, sir. I have understood all about others, sir.
Okay. So how about others? Ashwini, Harika, Kavya.
Understood, sir.
Okay. Any doubts? Because uh, classes and objects with respect to C++ is different from class and objects with respect to Java. So I'm asking again, if you have any doubts in this program, you ask. Further programs will become very easy. If the all doubts are cleared in this program only, don't hesitate, you just ask.
Understood, sir.
Okay, fine. So shall we move further?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Next. Look into the Word document. Each object of class box has its own copy of depth, width, and height. It is important to note that changes to the instance variables of one object will not affect the other. So this particular point, we will come to know this in this program. We will come to know how this happens. You just write this statement. You copy this statement. This about this explanation is in the below program. I will tell you how it is. Copy this statement. Each object of class box has its own copy of depth, width, and height. It is important to note that the changes made to the instance variables of one object will not affect the other. Note down this point. Okay, copied that statement. Okay, so next we'll go for the next program. Everybody copy that statement. Each object of
Sir.
okay. Next we will move to the second program. See here in the second program. So first I will explain. Later you can look into the program and write. So here the thing is two objects we have created. So in the previous program we have created one object and this class name is box dev. Okay, just to differentiate between the previous program class name and this program. And the above class is same. The class name is box only. The class name where it contains main method, that class name is box demo 2. So for this file name we should give it as box demo 2.java. Okay, because main method is present in box demo 2. Okay. So next, see, coming to this program, see, we have two statements. My box one. So shall I make it a little bigger font size? Is it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So you copy the program. So that I will explain. Okay. Start with class box. One minute. And this heading also write it. This program declares two objects. So here, while writing box demo 2 word, don't leave space between the last letter O on the digit 2. It is an identifier, so blank spaces will not come. So continuously have to write BOX DEMO 2 without a space. And write capital letter B and capital letter D.
So scroll down, sir.
Let's scroll down still.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
So assign values to my box one's instance variables 10, 20, 15. Then assign different values to my box 2's instance variables 3, 6, 9. So 3 to width, 6 to height, 9 to depth. Finish copying the program.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, listen. See, in this program, we have same thing, class box. In that again, instance variable, width, height, and depth. So next box demo 2 in that main method is there. So this file should be named as box demo2.java. Then we are creating two variables, box my box 1 equal to new box my box 2 equal to new box. My box 1 and my box 2 are the two new objects. Okay. Then see, you just observe this variable vol indicates volume. So this I have declared within main method and it is not present inside the class. So what you have to think is for this variable, particularly for this variable, there will be only one copy in the sense, for example, if the volume contains 10 and if you replace by, and if you copy the value 20, that 10 will be replaced. That old value 10 will go. And again, next time if you store 30, that old value 20 will go. In that way, you have to understand. Just like normal variable. Whenever you see, for example, if I say VOL equals to 1, okay, in the next sentence, if I say VOL equals to 2, this 1 will go. Previous value 1 will go. In that way, I have to understand for this particular volume variable. But whereas with respect to width, height, and depth, there is a different concept. I will tell you. See here. So by looking at this statement, we can understand my box one object is created. Same thing, you can consider this diagram only. 1 minute. So in this way you can consider. See when we create my box one, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
So when we create the object my box one, so we are getting width, height, and depth variables with respect to my box one. This concept you have to understand. We are getting width, height, and depth. Those are the instance variables present inside the class. Those variables we are getting with respect to this my box one. Then again, when we create my box two, again we are getting width, height, and depth with respect to my box two. So if you are storing values 10, 20, and 15 with respect to my box one, and next if you are storing 3, 6, 9 with respect to my box two, both values will not overlap. That means once you store 10, 20, 15, and again if you try to store 3, 6, 9, it will not replace. So both will be having different copies. So only the name, it is getting instance. So instance meaning here, instance variables meaning, it will be having its own copy. Whenever the new objects are created, each time different copies are created. See, if you observe, if you look at the class, see, only one time we have created width, height, and depth. But if you look at this diagram, we are getting two times. So first time you can store 10, 20, 15, and again you can store 3, 6, 9. So this 10 value is different, this 3 value is different. But if you observe the class declaration, only one time we are declaring the width. So this is the advantage of using classes and objects. So one time we are creating width variable, height variable, depth variable, but we are storing the values two times. And these two types of values will not overlap, and those values are different. We can operate with those values at any time. Understood? So only if you look at the statement, volume is equals to, okay, so volume is equals to my box one dot width into my box uh, into my box one dot height into my box one dot depth. So here we are getting 10, 20, 15, because in my box one we have the values 10, 20, 15. And next time if we execute again, volume is equals to my box two dot width, my box two dot height, my box two dot depth, we are getting 369, because in the my box two object we have the values 369. So both are different values, there is no confusion at all. So but calculation of volume you observe. So when this statement is executed, you see when this statement is executed, volume will be 3000. So that is 10 into 20 into 15. So that volume is printed. So only we are printing in the next line itself. So if we print, if we use the println statement, two statements at the same time, like if I write println statement here, values will be replaced. So when the new value gets into the volume variable, it will be replaced. So here only we are printing. So once you print it, then you can again change the volume value to my box 2 values. So after this statement is executed, it will calculate 3 into 6 into 9. So it is 162. If you observe the output, we are getting first volume as 3000, second volume as 162. See, one important thing you remember, for width, height, and depth, values will not change. So for my box one, different values, for my box two, different values. But for variable volume, the value will change. When you calculate the volume for the first box, it will be 3000. Again, when you calculate the volume for the second box, value will be 162. That is, it is replaced for that. Okay. So now you copy the diagrams here. Okay, so that you will understand. So these two diagrams you copy. See, before this diagram, that is first diagram, you can write my box one sorry, box my box 1 equal to new box. For that, this diagram. Okay. And next, box my box 2 equal to new box. For that, this diagram. You copy this diagram and inform me.
Completed, sir.
So I have understood this tracing, right? Tracing part.
Yes, sir.
Clear? Any doubts?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So some things you remember here. For particular variable that is volume, each time it will be replaced by the new value. Okay. This will not be having two copies. Width, height, and depth will be having two copies, but volume will be having only one copy because we have declared inside the main function itself. We have not declared inside the class. So width, height, and depth we have declared inside the class. So we are getting many copies. As many objects you create, those many copies we will get it. So from this we can understand this statement. See this statement. Okay, each object of a class box has its own copy of depth, width, and height. It is important to note that variables of one other. Okay, that means if you look at this diagram, you will come to know if I am writing values 20 and 15, and if I am writing 369 for my box 2, so both will not affect each other, different values. Okay, any doubts in this program?
No, sir.
Clear? Okay, tracing also is it clear? Tracing.
Yes, sir.
Note down the output. You have noted down output.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So volume of box 1 equals to 3000. And one more thing you observe here, in the double quotes I have written volume of box 1 equals to, see in the double quotes, you can write anything. That is just a message. Okay, you need not worry. You can write my box. So you can write just box. Or else you can write volume of the first box, volume of the second box, anything you can write. That is just the message. You can write anything. After that, plus symbol is there. After that, VOL. So VOL contains 3000. That will be appended. That will be appended, combined to the previous string. So plus will combine the string. Okay. Next. Look here in the above example, my box one's data is completely separate from the data my box two. This is very, very important statement. You can note down. My box one's data is completely separate from the data contained in my box two. Okay. So next topic we will go. So declaring objects. So very important. See, till now we have declared the objects, but still there is a topic declaring objects. We will see what it is. So into the MS Word. So when you create a class, you are creating a new data type. You can use this type to create or declare objects of that type. The new operator dynamically allocates, that is allocates at runtime, memory for an object and returns a reference to it. See, this word is very, very important. Reference. Here in the Java, pointers concept is not there, but reference concept is there. It will be different from pointers. So as per my opinion, reference concept is somewhat easy than pointers. Okay. So the memory for objects of all classes must be allocated dynamically. So if you observe this statement, in the previous example only we have saw this statement, box my box equals new box. The above statement combines two steps. Okay. 1 minute. Okay, so we can write the above statement by using two steps. That is, box my box. This is one statement. So you can put a semicolon at this point. Box my box. Then you can say my box. 1 minute. Then you can say my box equals to new box. So this is another statement. See why they have written in two statements is, I'll tell you. See, when we write only this much in C++, it will create an object. Okay, there is no need to use new keyword in C++. But in Java, when we write only this much, box my box, we will not get any error. Okay, so that you have to notice, we will not get any error. But instead, what happens? It declares reference to the object. See, actual object is different. Reference to object is different. You just listen. That's all. You will understand. It declares reference to object. That much you have to understand here. It declares reference to object. Then next statement is my box equals to new box. Allocate a box object. Allocate a box object in the sense here we will get actual memory. Here at this point we will get actual memory. So once you get the memory, then what you can do is you can write these type of statements. Okay. Unless and until you get the memory, you cannot write these type of statements. That means you cannot store the values. So once you get the memory, you can write the statements like that. So at this line, we are getting the memory. My box equals to new box. Meeting will end in 1 or 2 minutes. Again, we will reconnect. You take the heading declaring objects and you start writing. I will explain.
So try using control B, sir.
What control?
B, capital B.
To make it bold, right?
Yes, whole document will become small.
Okay. No, I'm not making